They don't have any faith in Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of funny because he wants to be president so bad.
That's true what it looks like.
You can't ruin a city and then go on to ruin a state and say, guys, that was just practice.
I know.
Once I get it as a president, I'm going to fix it too.
Well, you can't, it's not his words when he speaks.
Yeah.
You have to watch him closely. And some genius decided not to film him any lower than the shoulder.
Yes, did you? Yes.
So what did he do?
You couldn't see the hands.
No, but he sent Morse code.
So it looks like Joe Rogan and Tyrus have finally had enough of Gavin Newsom's styled hair, smooth speeches, and polished politics. Now they're calling the whole act out. And yes, they're sharing details so shocking, even California's wildfires don't compare. So what exactly did they dig up? Why is one half of Hollywood freaking out while the other half pretends nothing's happening? Strap in, because this story is about to turn weird, hilarious, and uncomfortably.
Yeah.
You have the highest unemployment.
Yeah.
You have the highest homelessness.
Look what they did with Hollywood.
Money's missing. You killed Hollywood. Like, Hollywood doesn't exist anymore. It's literally gone.
That was such
you
an easy
mandated
one.
vaccines for kids that didn't need them. You guys...
What I saw.
Yeah.
What it looked to me like he was negotiating with a deaf prostitute.
If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps more than you realize. Joe Rogan and Tyrus taking shots at Gavin Newsom wasn't on anyone's 2025 prediction list, yet here we are watching California's most camera-friendly politician get roasted worse than a blazing LA heatwave. You can almost hear the collective shock from avocado toast lovers from Malibu to San Francisco when those truth bombs land. Because let's be honest, when Rogan and Tyrus start talking, some PR team somewhere is already panicking.
I mean, it's so crazy, but he's such a great politician. I mean,
No, he's
so
not.
smooth.
He's
Oh, you
not,
don't think
though.
so?
No, I think he's terrible.
How's he remained in power for so long?
Low competition. There's no one who's
there's
good
that.
is competing against him.
I
There's
guess
no
I
sincerity.
should say he's not a good. I should say he's smooth. He comes.
I mean, he's a good bullshit artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's like what the things that he says when he gets confronted with things. We're the highest this and the highest that. Like, like everybody's.
It began harmless enough, just relaxed conversation with a few jokes tossed around, and then suddenly Newsom's name dropped into the discussion like a meat substitute at a Texas cookout. Instantly, the mood changed, because once Joe Rogan starts connecting ideas, no one is safe. And Tyrus doesn't link ideas, he smashes them.
You can watch it. Look at the blinking. Blink. Look. Meet me at the house. Like he's blinking. He's sending. I'm getting there. Hey, just so you know, I'm not wearing pants.
Ew.
And then look, he's blinking, and then eventually the camera guy realizing that he's signaling him, so he gets appalled, leans back, camera comes down, and then we're back to this. I'll do this for you, you do this for me a little. So he's saying whatever he's going to say. There it is, see? They couldn't hold him back. He's like, I'm not on film. Oh, I'm not, nope. Bring my hands up, bring them up.
He flips the entire board over and challenges anyone to argue back. Gavin Newsom has been California's political favorite for so long, you'd think he was grown in a Napa Valley vineyard right next to the Pinot Noir. Bright smile, perfect grooming, commercial-ready hair, and speeches so smooth they sound like professional charm seminars.
Newsom told the Los Angeles Times Panera would not be exempt from the law. The spokesperson also did not claim the Bloomberg piece, which cited sources close to the matter, that Newsom pushed for an exemption that applies to businesses that bake bread and sell it as a standalone item, calling the report absurd. So is it a fake story?
Or is it something that they
might have corrected
hustled on
course
and corrected
quickly?
course quickly? Yeah.
Yeah. Roll up to the top. So where's the initial report? Let's find the initial.
But somewhere along the road, the California dream he promoted began to look less like heaven and more like a dark streaming series where rent costs a body part and every block feels like a social test. So when Rogan and Tyrus pulled back the curtain, it wasn't just for comedy. It turned into a full demolition of egos and double standards. Rogan came armed with logic and uncomfortable questions. Tyrus crossed his arms, gave that familiar stare, and turned Newsom's political image into stand-up material. Picture it. Two guys talking leadership, laughing, shaking their heads, slowly realizing the truth about Gavin Newsom might be too polished to trust. Meanwhile, Newsom keeps smiling like a toothpaste commercial, insisting all is well. It's oddly impressive, like watching someone rearrange chairs on a sinking ship while claiming the boat just invented floating. And Tyrus, being Tyrus, didn't hold anything back either.
Back and watch the tape.
Yes.
He literally goes, I want some of this, then you do some of this, and I'll do some of that back to you, and then we'll do this, and then I'll pay you, and then we'll do it again.
True.
And then she kept saying, no. Okay, how about this? You do this one first, then we do this one, then we give a little back and forth.
He pointed out that California's biggest export isn't movies or technology anymore. It's people. Residents are leaving the state like contestants quitting a terrible reality show where the final task is paying the power bill. And the irony? Every time someone leaves, Newsom labels it progress. Sure, if progress means Texas getting more crowded. Rogan, the thinker with jokes, went deeper. He asked the kinds of questions that make politicians uncomfortable. The type that sound easy until you realize there's no good answer. Like, how does a state overflowing with money still have roads that look destroyed by a toddler with tools? Or why every new environmental plan somehow ends with more wildfire smoke? From there, the conversation shifted from jokes to seriousness. While people whisper about Newsom's possible presidential goals, Rogan and Tyrus asked what no major outlet dares to ask. Does anyone outside California really want these problems spread nationwide? And what they revealed wasn't secret crimes or shady deals. It was about image.
Why would Bloomberg spread bullshit? Bloomberg is a financial paper, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's not something...
I don't think it would be.
You really can't do that if you're running a financial paper. It's not like the New York Times. The New York Times can say Israel bombed the hospital and 500 people are killed and put it on the front page, even if it's not true. And everybody just assumes it's true because it's the New York Times. But they can kind of get away with that.
Yeah.
And then they still...
The idea is that Gavin Newsom built an image so protected that no matter what's collapsing behind him, he just smiles, rolls up his sleeves, and blames the climate. It's the political version of it's not you, it's me, except with higher taxes and no responsibility. And still, the guy has charm. You can't deny that. He could probably convince a crowd that paying $12 for a green smoothie is a patriotic act, Rogan joked, or at least hinted that Newsom's real talent is making disorder look like success. Who else could sell homelessness, blackouts, and gas prices higher than a rocket launch as a hopeful future? Tyrus, the blunt realist, called it what it is: top-tier political theater. California isn't just a state anymore, it's a stage. The funniest part is that every time someone criticizes him, he doubles down with that grin that says, "You'll vote for me anyway." And many do, because his Hollywood-style charm makes people forget the mess underneath. It's like being stuck in traffic while the driver insists it's an exciting journey. Rogan and Tyrus basically turn this into a lesson in political marketing, how to look perfect while everything underneath cracks.
With the California budget cuts and stuff, since they didn't have a hearing impaired transitioner anymore, I'm not paying money for that. I'll do it myself. So, you know, a little bit of bubble. Yeah. Nice. Could you imagine if you were the signed person for the TV going?
No, he reminds me there of, remember the guy who did the sign language at Mandela?
How to grin through smoke, how to turn disasters into neat sound bites. If blame shifting were an Olympic sport, Newsom would have more gold than Michael Phelps. Then came the moment that set the internet off. Tyrus pointed out how strangely clean Newsom's rise has been for someone leading a state that always seems near collapse. Fires, floods, outages, billion-dollar messes. Yet somehow he walks away untouched. It's like he has plot armor written by modern political scriptwriters. Rogan laughed because it's absurd. How do you stay spotless in that much chaos? It's like wearing white to a barbecue and leaving without a single stain. Either he's incredibly lucky or someone's editing reality for him. The discussion drifted into media favoritism, celebrity worship, and the strange fan culture around Newsom. He barely needs campaign staff anymore. Magazines handle it for him. Add soft lighting, a drone shot of the coastline, and suddenly people forget gas still costs $7. Rogan, always questioning, noticed how often Newsom appears on national platforms, almost like he's auditioning for something bigger.
Some of the success that they're hanging their hat on is his social media campaign where he talks like Trump.
It's no longer the rule of law. It's increasingly the rule of done.
So he's got a bunch of people from his organization that tweet for him, and they tweet like Trump, and they're saying this has elevated him in the public's eye. That's terrifying.
You've seen it across the board. People are scared to death of this guy.
He's starting to learn the internet sensibility.
It's the appalling silence. It's the complicity. You're seeing the most successful, wealthiest people scared to death of this guy.
Which is heavily trolling, does very well. What he has is a
And maybe he is. Maybe California was only the practice run. But as Rogan and Tyrus kept suggesting, if this is just the preview, America should check the reviews before buying tickets. Because if their discussion revealed anything, it's that the Newsom brand relies more on appearance than results. It's not about outcomes. It's about the mood. And right now, the mood is chaos with good hair. They didn't even need to spell it out. It was obvious. He could probably declare an emergency over poor lighting and someone would still call it progress. Meanwhile, everyday Californians are guessing which disaster comes next: earthquake, fire, or tax increase. Midway through, Rogan went full philosopher, questioning whether America now cares more about image than ability, because Newsom, whether you like him or not, represents the social media politician. Smooth, glossy, and perfectly filtered. Just don't look too closely. Tyrus jumped in, saying the real power is how easily Newsom convinces people he's fixing things just by talking about them. It was part comedy, part truth, and deeply uncomfortable for anyone defending California's so-called success. Still, it was hard not to laugh, because sarcasm feels like the last honest language left.
Hand gestures match the words coming out of his mouth.
Right. Yes,
if the president was like, we want peace in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? You would be like,
right,
and like,
that's it. That it is. It's the contrast.
Yeah, like Gavin, his hands are aggressive. You know, we've had a lot of theories. One, it was a bad negotiation with a deaf hooker. You know, now he doesn't want to pay for, you know.
Do you have a problem with deaf hookers?
He does, because the deal went south.
It's called the Helen Kellen special.
Rogan and Tyrus didn't plan to destroy Gavin Newsom. They simply showed how weak the illusion becomes when tested with common sense. By the end, they peeled away every layer of the Newsom persona until only irony remained. The man selling perfection runs a state that looks like the aftermath of a viral challenge gone wrong. Yet he keeps smiling through it all, as if chaos itself is part of the strategy. The takeaway wasn't just about Newsom, it was about modern politics as a whole. The filters, the slogans, the media romance. They showed that behind every flawless image is a story too messy for the camera. And maybe America's next big thing is more style than substance. Still, people keep watching, because as long as voices like Rogan and Tyrus ask uncomfortable questions, that shiny surface keeps cracking. And when it does, it's always entertaining to see who panics and who simply adds another filter. Just when everyone thought they were done, they went even deeper into the Hollywood bubble that's kept Newsom's image alive for years.
He talks about California. It's like, you know, I'm very big on California, very bullish on California. California has all this industry. Hey, fucko. they're all thinking about moving.
Thank God.
The only reason why they don't move is because it's too difficult to move. If it was like every business could instantly pull up roots and replace everything and have everything running in a week at the other place.
You know that strange world where celebrities lecture everyone about saving the planet while flying private jets to climate meetings? Rogan laughed at the contradiction. Tyrus rolled his eyes so hard they nearly needed medical leave. Because apparently, California's biggest issue isn't only homelessness or rising prices, it's denial, dressed in luxury clothing. They compared Newsom's speeches to award show monologues, long, dramatic, and packed with words that sound important but say nothing. Every promise feels like a movie trailer that never gets released. Coming soon, prosperity, fairness, and reliable electricity. Spoiler alert, still delayed. Rogan pointed out how California's progressive paradise keeps creating policies even progressives escape from. It's the ultimate illusion, convincing people to cheer while being taxed into exhaustion. Meanwhile, the roads resemble craters and grocery shopping feels like a vacation expense. Tyrus joked that living in California is like dating someone who keeps promising change. Good intentions, but your wallet always disappears. Then came the punchline that wrapped everything together perfectly.
Maybe you can fix California while you stop by. 2 shows, you should be able to do that.
Hey, you know what? Real funny. So the other night, I got like 3 weeks ago, time flies when you work. I get a text at 2 o'clock in the morning from the president who says, "Hey, bro, I just filled California up with water. Governor's pissed," and sent pictures, LOL post. Who doesn't love this president?
Rogan said the most frightening part isn't Newsom, it's that half the country looks at the chaos and says, yeah, let's copy that. The room went silent, then the meaning hit. That's modern politics in one sentence. People fall for the packaging and ignore the expiration date. Tyrus added one final jab. He said, Gavin Newsom is the type who'd light a bonfire to stop wildfires and call it innovation. And honestly, that's not far off, because when the smoke clears, what Rogan and Tyrus exposed isn't one politician, it's the entire performance, the illusion, the image, the nonstop applause for problems that never get fixed. That's the real twist. California may keep burning, but the spotlight never turns off. Not when there's always another headline, another camera angle, and another bold speech to deliver. Rogan and Tyrus didn't just roast Newsom, they reminded everyone that politics has become performance art. And in that theater, the truth isn't just revealed, it's laughed at, replayed, and turned into memes for the internet.